the match happened with Effie, and that one was probably one of the more larger matches that you face.
Well, of course. Of course. I'm the largest guy there is. Wait, sorry.
What was that like facing someone of that stature? So I know you face so many people. What makes that be such an important match for you?
I mean, he has been all over the independents for a while. He's always on the top 10 list of, like, independent people throughout every single year, it seems. He's a highlight that, on any show. So to be able to have that match and have, like, a big match for me, not only to just have, but to go over in, is pretty incredible, and it's just such a great feeling to be presented like I'm a star in that essence. To be put in the same ring with big names makes me feel like I'm going in that direction. It's like,
how much of that work have you put in that led you to facing someone like Effie?
I've been thinking about this match ever since they gave it to me in like the November of last year, and I've been just trying to workshop. I'm like, okay, what would be something cool I can hit there? Like, what's something interesting that we can do to make sure that they don't just remember, oh, Effie had a match. It's Effie had a match with Isaac Morales.
Right.
And that was like the main thing is, I know people are going to come for Effie, but I need them to come for me.
Yeah.
As well next time, right?
Because I was thinking about your platinum match with Dustin, and Meet Me became a thing. So for you to go through that workout of 365 days of training, how much of that is an accomplishment to what you're doing in the ring?
It's pretty crazy because, there was a muscle. I did Muscle Mania where every day I went to the gym, I took a gym subby at the end of it, and I boasted it. And I did that for a full year. And eventually it started just coming like week after week, but I'm still going there and I'm still putting in all this training and effort because being in that ring, it's not just what moves you can do. It's, you need to have a look to you. And a lot of people go through this business thinking, I'm just going to get over on character. I'm going to get over on, the cool flip that I can do, but they don't really look like they wrestle. And that's something that I need to do, especially when I'm as, maybe short as I may be.
Yeah.
It helps to get wide. I mean, I think Rey Mysterio said that. He's like, I couldn't get taller, so I got wider. And that's what I'm going for. Trying to be Mr. 5x5, 5 feet tall, 5 feet wide. Tall and 5 pounds.
It's just, it's a compensation contest now.
Hopefully I get wider than I am tall. I think that's the main goal.
Because I think now Mania is happening. I know you're going to be in that card down the line in Las Vegas. I asked this with anyone who's been outside of their state. What was that like going from something that you're familiar with in Texas to now, hopefully you do get booked in Vegas when Mania Week happens around that time?
We went to Vegas last year too. And going into that crowd, our match was like, I think past midnight or around approaching midnight at that point. So to not only go out there in front of a crowd who does not know me for the most part, and in front of a crowd who is extremely tired of just watching wrestling the whole night, being able to like go out there and still be able to pull reactions from people who don't know me and get them to know me by the end of it and remember me and be like, man, that was so great. I loved your thing. It's amazing. And I hope that I can do that again. And hopefully they remember me from last time. Or, maybe have enough buzz about me by then that something, you'll start coming out. And I'm really excited for that as well. Vegas, hopefully I'm on there. And if not, I'll probably find my way around some other card.
As long as you're at the door, basically.
As long as I'm there, I'm sure I can get booked somewhere. Yeah?
So for you guys to work with the meat market with Isaac and to know that, okay, I know I have that part. What is your part in the meat market?
Well, for me, mine is to be the basically the lively one, the character and such. But try to be the biggest guy in the group. Second biggest.
You better recognize.
I recognize. It's because this man, I was able to elevate my game.
Okay.
Where I was.
Rising Sign just rises all ships.
So basically, and honestly, because of meat market, from where I was at, from the start, and then from guy contender to the Sirloin Ronin Reyes to now the sirloin, and people wanting to do the meat shakes, man, that's I try to live up to my role here in the meat market. Right, try to pull my weight, as strong as I can. Right.
So, Eduardo, you were a ref for quite some time. What was the switch for you to join the meat market?
Well, primarily, that's kind of the same path that my mentor Isaac was on. I was just tired of the same routine. That makes sense. Going to shows.
So you're just going through the motions of a ref that you were like,
Exactly.
I have to do something new.
Exactly. I got tired of it. I saw the path that he created, and I decided to follow suit. And here we are. I feel like it's paid off pretty well, and in the future, we'll see more fruits of said path.
Okay. So for you guys, I'll ask you guys too, for all three of you. Sean Hendricks, though he's done a lot, now joins the meat market. Now, okay, I see some stickers. So for him to be part of the meat market, and after what happened in Lone Star, where he retired the 8th day basically, but for you guys to join the meat market, what was that like having someone of that experience?
I mean, let's just face it. He can retire the 8th day, but he was never going to retire the meat market.
Okay.
All right, look, it's good there, okay? And he put up the deal. He said, if I beat him, he would join, and if he beats me, then Javi gets to go. I don't know what he was trying to free him from.
Oh.
He enjoyed where he was, but obviously Hendricks lost that match, and now he has been involved in the meat market ever since. And I know he wants to dog on it and act like he doesn't want to be in there, but I see him smiling. He's having the most amount
He
of
does want to join you guys.
He's trying to keep it low key. And I brought him out of Houston. I brought him everywhere with us, He's also getting a lot of exposure from this, and he should be thankful. But he is a great mind to have in there. That's why I let him come in.
Okay.
He's been in factions. He's been in teams. He's won tag team championships. He's been champion and a bunch of different other promotions. Having another experienced mind in there only benefits us all once we all start getting on the same page.
How about for you guys? What makes Sean Hendricks such an important addition to the meat market?
Well, personally, it's kind of crazy that he's someone I watched, when I was younger. Like, I seen him in his, literally early Legion days.
So, Row.
Mm-hmm, yeah, like back when, certainly Keeper Vortic, was also part of it. But him having as my first opponent, and also him that I cashed my Rumble opportunity and almost, and let's hear that one more time, almost winning the Texas.
We'll capitalize that. Almost.
And and to have him in a faction, that I'm also in is really crazy, because it's like, because I already told him before, when I first had the match with him, that hey, it really meant a lot to have my first match against someone that I actually watched growing up.
Okay.
Actually, it was
such a full circle moment for you.
Yeah, basically. And the shenanigans that we have, like you could say, him super kicking me by accident, combo.
Allegedly.
But we all have good smiles all around. Water under the bridge.
Okay, understood.
For me, I feel like when he first decided to join us, there was a little bit of frustration, just because
In what way? How is it?
Well, I don't know if you've seen the matches, but Q was up there using you for me. Was like,
Oh, right,
No,
right. I remember White Elephant. Yeah, that.
I didn't ask for that.
Okay, fair.
But I feel like after a while he kind of started getting used to what we've been doing with him, and he's coming around. I've seen him smiling, and I'm it's cool to have an experienced veteran with us. So I don't see what his problem was, but I'm glad that Ronin Sip is turning into water under the bridge.
Right.
So, yeah, we'd love to see him around more often as well.
Now for you guys, what's up next? And any shows that you have upcoming, hype us up on what you're going to do next with the meat market for all three of you guys.
We're all going to be in the same place, it seems like. We have the Clutch City Classic coming up. What is that, March 6th? March 6th. That'll be at
Why Day Arena.
right? In Baytown, I believe that's the 6th. Yeah, that is also going to be a big night for the meat market, I'm sure. I mean, they're always big nights for us. We're so big, right?
Right.
And speaking of Vegas, I'm going there no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay? You're going to see me in Vegas. I'll be walking around. It's hard to miss a big guy like me. And yeah, we got a lot of stuff planned. We got a lot of big things coming outside of that. I think this can be a very strong year for all three of us.
Yeah. How for you guys? What are you guys upcoming? Are you going to be joining with Isaac, or are you guys doing your own thing that will benefit the meat market. Let's just see it out there. Let's put it out there.
We're on my side. I for sure anywhere around Texas, I will be there to aid the meat market, and I'll do what I can to hopefully attend Vegas. But seeing as how everyone wants the meat market, I'm seeing people wanting us in Wrestle Rave more. People
That I want to see you at Wrestle Rave, to be honest, because that fits you so well with the meat market. Let me just say that again. So to have that Wrestle Rave appearance, that will up the meat market even more for sure.
yeah.
Well, I personally have my plane ticket to Vegas already, so I'll be following Isaac up there as well. I'll be following him around Texas. Go get the car. Hopefully, I do get to do some more single stuff. I know I did have that match with Dustin at Contenders, which fortunately, can't win them all.
It'll come right.
Yeah, I'll come around. But yeah, it's very easy to forget that I'm only 3 to 4 months into my career, so it can't get any better than this.
Okay, real quick, name me your top beef cut that you eat a lot.
Gotta go with the porterhouse.
Okay.
The biggest cut
Okay.
that I can, and I take it all in one sitting.
Okay.
Biggest 40 ounces that I've had. We're planning to up it up this year.
There you go.
Well, truth be told, I do only occasion get steak, but
What are you, vegan?
all right, no, not vegan. I'm very much a meat eater. Okay, just so happens to not always be steak, but usually it just be the standard steak. I mean,
Oh, okay.
but yeah,
For a cut, so there's no cut in particular, just whatever is that.
it's whatever.
So even Chuck steak.
bro, cooked meat, I just inhale it.
Okay. Okay.
As a child, it was always skirt steak, and honestly, you can kind of risk just a dimly sliced skirt steak. My mom makes it with some breadcrumbs.
Right.
Yes, maybe it just takes me back to my childhood. So there you go. Can't go wrong with a good.
Are you aside? You can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong.
There you go.
There you go.
We're good for that, but for you guys, it's always a pleasure, and we finally had time to do it. You guys were more busy than I am. I will say that. You guys, your schedule's so packed. I swear to God, it's meat. It's meat city. It's hard to get through all of that. So I want to. You really give me good. Thanks for having this time. You can tell I am stuttering because I am losing my voice. But thank you guys for having you on.
Thank you for having us.
There you go.
Thank you.
So we're close to the interviews over at Audacity Pub. It is cold out there. Let's just say that. Let's put the version in this news.
It is warm. Now it's freezing. It doesn't make any sense, but that's Texas.
I know, that's what it is. So Jak Calloway has been on the podcast before. This is a shorter interview because it's a bit of a follow-up. And we talked about the Texas 8. And it didn't go the way that you wanted. But to be in the tournament and having those shades of the G1 climax, what was that like? At least being part of that 8.
So, leading up to it, I remember when we booked the match, this is a little insider. This was like, okay, you're going to wrestle X and X. Gave me a date.
Talked about that.
Yeah, didn't really tell me, I was like, okay, cool, I've always wanted to wrestle X. And then, now I get to know, okay, that's X State tournament. What is this? Okay, you're going to represent all these regions, and then I get to represent Lions Pride, like my hometown, my whole promotion.
Yeah.
I think when I got to the venue, there was just a feel in the air, and then you being there too, you can kind of talk about this. The entire night just felt special.
Yeah.
Every match just felt like, I don't know, even though I lost, it doesn't really matter. I was part of the first group. I look back at that picture fondly, and I'm really proud of everyone in that group because if you look at it, each of us have done great things within that year, and then we're continuing to do great things. So it was just real special. That's my biggest thing to say about Texas A. It was just real special. I had like a little wrestling wall, and I look at it fondly just because, me and Dustin have hopped in our, they can go Texas 8 until the end of time, but I will always be part of that first group.
Yeah.
And that really means something.
Because I was thinking too, I should have asked this if you've had your time in Texas and having Keither, having JJ, having Bulldog, having all of these guys in the roster. And I think I should have asked this when we were talking about this on the Texas episode. The episode is on the description. It will be there. There will be a link to the description of the episode on there. But having your foundations from Lions Pride to now adding things more on the line with Texas. How is that beneficial to you, not only for as a career move, but also on a personal level for you?
So I think Lions Ride gave me my really good basics, but New Texas, Kiefer, JJ, Diego de la Cruz, those guys have really taken the steps and times to adjust things at the small micro levels. So what you would even really think about, that's what makes our camp so special is not only am I working with them, but I'm working with the Dream Team. I'm working with the 8th Day. I'm working with Hawk and Lee and all of these guys that are really hungry. And I think to really make it in the business, you need to be around people that are on the show.
Because I think now, as Vegas is coming up and having these bookings and knowing that it's a way, I mean, you've done your West Coast debuts, you've done Arizona. I actually want to ask that too, because Arizona is kind of a different thing for you. Let us know what you did in Arizona that made it special for you.
So I think any out of state booking is special because you're meeting a new group, you're working with a new group of people, and then you're working with a new promoter that's got to learn you. And I mean, they've been great. So I did my first couple matches with them at a convention in Dallas, and then they flew me out twice so far. And I mean, honestly, I love it. It's cool. It's like wrestling is such a test and it's such a fine art that you gotta keep poking at it, keep testing the waters, and going to new states. It's such a scary feeling, but it's just an awesome feeling because it's another test. So I love their help.
How much of that test have you learned? I'm not going to say it's a perfect one, but I'm sure the lessons that you've learned out of state, what was an example of that for you?
It's just the biggest one for me is knowing your crowds. So I know an Austin crowd. I know what will make them mad. I know what will make them happy. I know what will get them up. But Arizona, I'm new. So if I do a body slam and I hear them reacting, okay, you don't really want crazy stuff. Your will pop for anything. So it's kind of like filling that crowd. That's kind of what I've been learning.
Yeah, because some beers happened too, and you got the tag titles, and having this new era of Barrage Show. And shout out to Bradley. He will listen to this episode. Shout out to Bradley for
such a gem in wrestling.
Yeah.
He doesn't give himself enough credit.
But to have the tag titles and facing a formidable tag team with Kamikaze Click, to hand that titles over to you, how much of that are you going to run with it with each title defense that you're dealing with?
Those guys, they've won belts everywhere. I really respect both of them. Even though we beat the crap out of each other and they got annoyed with us after a while. Those guys are special talents, and I really enjoyed working with them. And I just want to make the title more advanced, more respected. Being Ollie's, I mean, it's one of the best in Texas. Yeah, plain and simple. I don't care what anyone says. Tag wrestlers, single wrestlers, he can do it all. And I just hope we can make this run special. And then when we give it to the next person, I want the same feeling as you have these titles now. We're going to do something with it. Yes.
What was that like when you heard NUs for the first time and you're like, what is that elation or emotion that you went through and Meat was saying, NU?
I mean, it's anytime I win a title or I'm in a title picture, it's like watching the TV game. Yeah, looking at those guys that I admire, the John Cena's, the Batistas, the Eddie Ortons, looking at them and being like, yes, it might not be on TV and at their level, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm winning these titles, and people trust me to hold the reins of something that's very important. And winning with Ollie, it's funny when we first introduced each other. So like Aristotle, so I'll make this real quick. He gave me a shoot name. I have a shoot name that's very similar to him. And we just kept going back and forth. And then someone was like, you're this, you're that. And then ever since then, we've been really close. So, it's just special.
Because now, what's next for you? What are some things that you're upcoming? By the time we record this, it's on Sunday. So what is something that's upcoming for you in terms of the shows? And I know Barrage, I don't want to assume just yet if the dog show's happening and Barrage show on the 22nd, that may be a possibility. But for you, what's next down the line before we wrap up the episode?
I got Lethal next for the no disqualification match for the contender title, and that title is very special to me.
You posted every time.
It was the most support title to me so far. I might have Pride Style coming up. We don't know yet. We're kind of bucking things through. And then local shows here and there. APW over in Dallas. Something coming up with Matt War Pro again.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of all over.
I was gonna ask. I should have asked this way before we had this conversation. The Contender Series title is something that a lot of people who are in their careers and Contender Series, there's been a lot of lineage with that title, along with the Lone Star, along with the New Texas Pro Championship. To be in this ring of being a Contender Series champion, I'll ask this on the prior question. What was that like holding that belt?
That was the most important title I've ever held, and it meant so much. I had to get home to really sit down and
be away from everybody.
Sit down in my kitchen by myself and kind of tear up and be like, I never thought I was going to win that title. I never thought I would have the opportunity to. So when I won it, and the way I won it, it's just
that was magical. That was a fun finish.
I think that was just everything about it. And really, when I got home, that's when I put perspective. I'm a New Texas champion, and not only that, I'm a champion of a whole another promotion in New Texas. And I truly believe the Texas Contender Series Championship is one of the, if not the most important championship in New Texas. And I truly believe that because it is the future and it is the present.
Yeah, because we'll do it like how we do the episode, and picture yourself as an adolescent year, and he hung out with you for a day. What does that young you feel like hanging out with you for a day with the life that you've got, the career that you have, whether it's wrestling or otherwise? What would that young person feel like hanging out with her?
I think he would be blown away. I mean, I've been dreaming of being a wrestler since I was 5. I was watching wrestling when I was in diapers.
Right.
So I think he would believe in. I could show him all the titles that we win. I have 6 different titles so far in my career.
Right.
And I mean, I truly, I think we just blow him away. And that's what I wish I could do, just to see the reaction and be like, we did this, man. And it's not done yet. We have a long career ahead of us.
If you want to give him advice, what would that be?
It's the same advice that Ricky Starks always gives every wrestler, and that's just keep going. No matter how hard life gets, and this is for anyone, no matter how hard it gets, because it gets hard. Everyone going through different things. You can talk to someone, but always keep going. When you think it's over, it's not. There's something right around the corner that you don't even see that's coming. So always keep going.
It's just that door closing and then that window opening, and that's where the opportunity or just shows up that way.
To be one step away and you give up, and then someone tells you, "Pay."
See, I was gonna say this, but right when you give up, and then suddenly, this opportunity shows up. What the heck?
Exactly.
This is what I've been leaving. This is what I'm leaving behind.
Yeah. So I mean, that's biggest thing is keep going.
Yeah. And thanks, Jak. And it's we always have shoot conversations like this, and we try to. We're always busy. I'm running photos here, and you doing your matches, but having moments like that, it made me appreciate what the indies are. It's one of you guys, whether it's Jak or it's Danny Orion or like a Brick Savage, and seeing how the indies are growing, and for you guys to grow in your careers. Maybe somebody down the line, you might be an extra showing up in a EW or WWE show. So I really appreciate having these conversations. You never know. You could be signed 3 years down the line, and God willing, if you do get signed, you can go back to this conversation and seeing what happened to 3 years then, which is currently now, So, and I really see having these shorter conversations, dear.
Yeah. No, I always tell you, and I mean it. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you do for us, the photos, and I always check up on you. With everything that happened to you, I like to check up on your health. And man, if any of us make it, I know for a fact, at least me, we'll do some big interviews for a big.
That's PR. That's a different animal. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.